What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Miles, and I am back with Infinity Joe to review the latest episode of Dr. Stone. This is episode 15, the culmination of 2 million years. Stay tuned.
それか次回ドクターストーン200万年の結晶
All right, Joe,
Yep.
Confession. I almost cried. I actually almost cried. Like, how did they do a good job of making me so invested into Ruri and making sure whether or not she was going to live?
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought the curveball was going to be, let's not give her a lot of character development about Ruri, because we'll actually kill her off, and we'll actually see Senku, for as brilliant as he is, not doing anything about that moment.
Like, I kind of get what you're going with, because I kind of felt that same thing of like, oh shit, is this going to be the moment where Senku failed completely at something?
Yeah. Because every shonen character needs that.
Yeah.
So what is going to be that moment for Senku? But I'm so just fascinated by this world that we're in, because how much conflict is there besides the Tsukasa threat, right? I felt like that would have been a good moment for Senku to like learn as a shonen protagonist.
It was just that matter, and again, we're jumping ahead near towards the end of it, but just that matter on how like they managed to get her the medicine, and then it's like everyone in the village is freaking out about it's even worse. This is all your fault, and it seemed like Senku at first was upset about it, but then he brings up, no, what she has is pneumonia, and what is happening is that the miracle drug is working, and so the disease is going to try to fight back as hard as possible. So it's in its death throes right now, so it's only going to get worse before it gets better.
Of course. Yeah. And even when it was playing out, I'm like, okay, I think everyone's going to be fine and safe at the end of the day, but that still doesn't stop those moments where I'm like, wow, for as comedic this anime is a lot of the times, I was genuinely almost tearing up.
Yeah.
Knowing Ruri was okay and alive. Let's go ahead and just kind of wrap up this tournament arc, or this non-existent tournament arc. Jinro can't read between the lines.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of guys can't read any messages between the lines with any women out there. He was thinking, oh wait, she's okay if Chrome loses.
Yeah. He phrases it as, oh, and Chrome's gonna win, so you'll marry him. Won't you be happy? But it's the matter that she's like, well, I have to marry whoever wins. He takes that as an opportunity to meet. That means I could win? Oh, hot diggity.
Hey, you can't blame him, because we saw, hey, Ruri is looking pretty good. I don't know if you saw this, because we just went on this tangent on the Fire Force review with the overtly sexual stuff, right? So I don't know if you remember, there's a moment in the episode where Ruri is on her knees to take the drug, but as she's about to take it, they do like this shot where like you can kind of see her boobs and like her tongue is sticking out, like give it to me type of thing. I'm like, I actually stopped and paused it. I had to rewatch it again. I'm like, did they just do this?
One of those things, it isn't a very good looking pose scene, but at the same time, at least they aren't lingering on it too long, and they...
Yeah, I mean, just thought I would talk about it, because, that might be the thumbnail of my video, so stay tuned.
Gotta get those clicks.
Hey, yeah, you gotta get those clicks, man. You got to compete somehow in 2019. So we see the battle between Jinro versus Senku, and then of course, Chrome is like, hey, man, we're about this science life. Of course you got to use your wits instead of your physical prowess. We use some basic, I guess, physics here.
Yeah,
right?
Basically using a leverage to just put more ample strength by just teeter on what remains of Suika's mask.
Now we see Chrome versus Senku. I didn't realize Chrome was just so beat up with his last match against Magma that he were to pass out. So how did you see that play out with Senku winning in the end the way that he did?
Yeah, like I was kind of shocked that it was going to be that Chrome lost because he just couldn't stand up at that moment. But at the same time, I kind of liked the way it played out, only because it's like, well, I guess Senku's the new chieftain, and hey, you're getting married to Ruri. Oh, and here's a bunch of alcohol. We're going to celebrate. And he's like, I got no time for that. Well, it's a tradition. You got to do it. Okay, I get a divorce. It's like, what? Hey,
no, I like that curveball. Yeah. No, I like that curveball. And it was necessary because of course, Senku's the only one that can see that, oh, Ruri looks like she's about to die. Yeah. Like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah. And also, I think most of all, he just has no interest in any relationships at this. So for him, it's, hey, let's just get this going with. I don't have time to celebrate. Let's make this drug now.
the culmination of just everything Key has worked on in that village at the time for 6 months has now led for this sulfa drug, right? And there's a moment where Jen, I feel like I'm Jen watching this, right? Where he's like, oh, so you got the carbonated water, so now it's used to finally make the cola, right? He's like, no, it's used to make
baking soda.
It's used to make baking soda, but not before we make all these other long names I can't pronounce in the show. And I'm like, wow. But I believe it 100%. As much as I also believed the ingredients and how to make Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was also quite a shock of finding, well, it might not be the exact same recipe as Coca-Cola, but just the basis of cola flavoring, because I even found that as a shock of, oh, cilantro, lime juice, honey? I can kind of see that.
Yeah. I can see that too. And I'm like, I'm curious to see how many people actually have YouTube videos coming out saying how to make cola thanks to Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
So we ended up finding out what Rory had was pneumonia.
Yeah.
And man, maybe because we're just so fortunate to live in the times that we're in now, that pneumonia, listen, it's serious, but it's very curable.
Yeah, it's treatable, but in an age like they're in, it could be a death sentence. And how he even brought up, like, yeah, they managed to keep Rory alive just that as long as they did because of keeping her warm by bringing, like, the hot spring water, like, every day to her and all that. So that at least slowed the progress of it down. But if they didn't have that, she probably would have been dead long ago.
But we wrap up the episode with Rory now being fully recovered. Thank goodness. Rory's father saying, hey, this village now belongs to Senku. Village Ishigami now belongs to Senku.
Yeah.
And then, of course, without Senku saying anything, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, wait, that sounds weird. And then that's when Roy reveals to him, like, I know what your last name is. It's Ishigami. And it's like, this village is named after you. And it's like, what? And they just cut it from there. And I'm like, oh, I'm really interested to see how this all works out now. Like, particularly because we were speculating before, like, was there something dealing with his, like, high school or like some kind of information. One thing I am curious about is if this might play into something with his father, since like, because we saw in like the end credits sequence that he seems to be a little bit more present in it. And not only that, we haven't seen anything about his father outside of
that flashback back in episode 3, I think.
Yeah, like of him just like giving like, hey, I sold my car to get you all this equipment, but we never actually hear him like speaking or interacting with him. So I'm wondering if there might be something with that. I don't know how. I got a few speculations, but we can talk about that later.
But yeah, a lot to think about here. Dr. Stone, again, we're a little over halfway now. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content down the road. My name is DJ Miles.
I'm Infinity Joe, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at InfinityJoe_art if you'd like to see my illustrations.
All right, guys, and as we always say, to be continued, take care.